guys, so it has been a while since I have done a review video. The last book review that I filmed was Cinder, and since I filmed Cinder, I have finished Scarlet and Cress. I was going to wait until I finished Winter to do a full series of the Lunar Chronicles review, but I think Winter is gonna take me a while. I am only on chapter 7, and honestly I am struggling to get through it. I've been reading it for maybe a week now, and I'm only on chapter 7. Winter as a character just annoys me a little bit. She bugs me. I won't lie. She honestly bugs me. And whenever they introduced her at the end of Cress, I was not excited to start getting into Winter. But leave all the negative feelings aside, let's talk about these two amazing books. Okay, so I'll start off with telling you just my initial thoughts, no spoilers, and then there's gonna be a break and we're gonna have spoilers. I won't lie, if you've never read these books before, leave now. Not now, don't leave now. Leave whenever I say that the spoilers are gonna begin. Okay, so let's start with Scarlet, which is the second book in the Lunar Chronicles series by Marissa Meyer. This book, I was very hesitant to start. I felt like I wasn't going to like Scarlet. Right after I finished Cinder, I was like, no one is gonna be as good as Cinder and Kai, and but I was wrong. I absolutely fell in love with Wolf in this book for some reason. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Scarlet is a retelling of Little Red Riding Hood, and you know, the grandma's in it, the wolf is in it, but the way that Marissa Meyer writes the characters is just amazing. So yes, Wolf is Scarlet's companion, like Kai was Cinder's companion. So overall, I rated this book a 4 out of 5 stars. There were some parts in this book I could not stand and they drove me nuts, and I was just, ooh. But then there were times in this book I was like, I was just read this series, you guys. I promise you'll enjoy it. So as the books go along, they get bigger. So Cinder is like maybe 50 pages smaller than Scarlet. This is, let's do the finger test. This is the length of Scarlet, and now let's talk about Cress. Cress is a big boy, okay? Cress took me exactly 1 month. It is almost the entire size of my finger. This book almost took me an entire month to read. Actually, I finished with 1 day to spare for an entire month to read. I am a slow reader, let me mind you that also. My friend Christine is also reading this series with. She started reading Cinder and Scarlet while I was reading Cress, and she started Cress while I was on Cress. She's a fast reader. So as of 4 hours ago, Christine was on page 358 of 550. She is 65% way done with this book, and she has read it for maybe like 2.5 weeks. It took me longer than that to get to that. Like I said, I was a slow reader, but this is a chunky book. Parts of this book made me want to just throw the book because I was annoyed, and okay, so overall I gave this book like a 4 or a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I'm not sure yet how I feel, because there's certain parts in this book where I just wanted to throw the book because I was mad or I was sad, or all the feels were in this book. Oh my god. Okay, so in this book, I have to say my favorite character was Thorn, which is Cress's companion. So I forgot to mention, Cress is the retelling of Rapunzel. So, you know, Cress and Thorn, that's the couple. And there's a part in this book, which I will say after in my other feelings with the spoilers, that just drove me nuts. And Cress started to drive me a little nuts as well, with her not being sociable with people for so long. She was really awkward and annoying when she was around people. So yeah, let's get into the spoiler part of this video, because I can't say anything other than spoiling it for you guys. So if you've never read these books before, I highly recommend that you read them. So if you don't want spoilers, I would advise you to leave now. But if you don't mind the spoilers, stay and we can have a great chat. Okay, so let's start with old Scarlet. Okay, Scarlet, honestly, she drove me nuts too. The only girl character in the series so far that is not driving me nuts is Cinder. Honest to God. And Aiko. I kind of like Aiko, you know? But Cress and Scarlet and Winter, I've only read 5 chapters of... Okay, so back to where we were. I don't even remember where I just left off. The phone started ringing and I was ranting, and okay. So I think I was talking about Scarlet and how much she low-key annoyed me. I don't know what it is You know, now that I think about it, I'm not sure what annoyed me of Scarlet. I know in Cress, she annoyed me because things happen. I'm not gonna, well, this is the spoiler part of the video. I can say that. Because in Cress, whenever they all get separated and Scarlet gets taken by Thermogage, Mira, whatever the hell that girl's name was, Symbol Mira. Whenever she gets taken by Symbol Mira, that annoyed me, okay? Like, that whole breakup annoyed me because then you have Cress and Thorn in the freaking desert, and that annoyed me so much. They were in the desert forever. The desert drove me nuts, okay? I was going crazy with Cress, okay? I was going nuts with Cress. I liked Cress towards the beginning of the book when she was in her satellite by herself. I related to her, and then she got free, and she was with people, and she was awkward AF, and she was annoying, and she would pass out any time of the day. Oh, that girl drove me nuts. Even whenever she was all well, you know, she was fully healthy and everything again, she would just pass out. You annoy me so much. But I have to say, Cress and Scarlet don't annoy me as much as Winter has. Winter is actually crazy. Like, actually crazy. Because when you're a lunar and you don't use your powers for a long period of time, you start hallucinating and going crazy. That's what's happening to Winter. And I'm not excited to read about Winter and Jason. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Jacin. Is that Jason? I've been saying it as Jason. And then she's holding Scarlet as her pet. And then there's a wolf. And I'm just like, oh, poor wolf. Wolf and Thorn. Okay, I like the boys in the Lunar Chronicles series. The girls drive me nuts. That's what I've come to the conclusion of. I just noticed. Except for Jason. I hate Jason. He's irrelevant. Kai, okay, let's talk about Kai for a second. Kai is oblivious AF, okay? Kai is so stupid. Can he not put together the pieces of the puzzle that Cinder is the princess? It took this boy 3 books. 3 books. In fact, page 539 is my favorite page in this whole entire book because the bottom of the page of 539 says, "It's me, Kai. I'm Princess Celine." Like, oh my god, it's about time. After I read that sentence, I texted Christine, who is my friend who's reading the series with me. I said, page 539 is my favorite page in the whole entire book of Cress. And then I finished the book, and I picked up Winter, and it has been 2 weeks. And I'm on chapter 7. When I was reading Cress, and when Cress made it to Africa, were they in Africa? I think they were in Africa. Whatever, we're gonna go with Africa, because I don't remember the country they were in. Whenever Cress and Thorn finally made it to Africa, where Dr. Erlin, whatever his name was, when I found out that Cress was Doctor's daughter, I freaked out. I texted Christine, I'm like, oh my god, the best thing just happened. And then a few days later, she's like, okay, what was that best thing that just happened? And we had talked about this, you know, previously, that Cress was the doctor's daughter. As she was reading the book, she was like, I finally figured it out. Cress is the doctor's daughter. I'm like, how did you just figure that out? I didn't figure that out till the end of the book. She's like, because he mentioned Crescent Moon the whole entire book. I'm like, wow, I'm oblivious. Did I even read the books? Like, I caught on to the big thing that Princess Celine was Cinder. I caught on to Wolf being the good guy instead of the bad guy. Well, that's debatable, but you know. Also, a big shocker for me was when Thorn went blind. I was devastated. Okay, I love Thorn. Thorn is my bae. I think Thorn is my bae. Because he's blind, it helps his character not be as cocky as he is cocky, though. I apologize that this book review is so rambly and so all over the place. That is honestly how I feel about these books. Like, I don't know where to put my thoughts of these books. All I know is that I'm finally glad Kai knows the big secret that everyone knows but freaking Kai. I'm happy that they finally got him kidnapped. Oh my god, Lavina. I am happy that Thorn is hopefully not going to be blind in a few chapters of Winter. I'm happy that Thorn went blind. I'm happy that Thorn and Wolf are characters in these books. I'm happy that Cinder is a character in this book. I am upset that Cress got rescued out of her satellite. She needs to go back up there alone. I'm sad that the doctor basically, did he kill himself or did he really have the disease? That one I'm still a little skeptical on, but I know he died. I will not lie, I am honestly a little tired of the Lunar Chronicles world. I'm low-key pushing myself to read Winter just so I can finish and I can read other good books. Not that these aren't good, these are freaking amazing. But after 550 pages of one book, and then the next book is 823 pages, that's a lot for me to read, okay? This is the biggest series I have ever read in my life. I've never read Harry Potter, so I've never read those books. These are the biggest books I have ever read, and I won't lie, I'm struggling to get through it. But because I'm getting a little tired of the world and of the people, and I don't want to meet Winter. I don't want to get into Winter's head. I'm glad Kai and Cinder are on good terms. I'm glad Cress and Thorn are on good terms. Scarlet and Wolf, I don't care about them as much as my other two couples. I don't have much more to say. I think I said all the feelings. I don't know what else to say about this series except for it is good. Okay, if you have a great attention span and if you're a fast reader, you can fly through this world and not be stuck in it for months like me. Like last summer, I read the Selection series in a matter of like a month and a half. I have been reading the Lunar Chronicle series since like April maybe? April? Yeah, so that's been like 3 months. And 3 months in one book world is a lot for me. And I'm honestly getting bored by it. I'm thinking about taking a break of winter and reading something else and then going back to it, but I'm afraid that if I stop reading it, I'm not gonna want to go read it. But that was my very random and rambly, all over the place book review of Scarlet and Cress. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If this has enticed you to read these books or not to read these books, I'm sorry in both ways, because they are really good books. I love these characters. Like, honestly, I will recommend this series to anyone for like as long as I'm recommending the Selection. So yeah, that's my video for today, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys later. Bye! Let's take a thumbnail.